Did you know that clutter can affect our mental health? According to a study by the University of California, Los Angeles, cluttered homes can lead to increased stress levels. Here's the catch: it's not just about throwing things away. What changes everything is this: creating a system that actually works. In my own kitchen, I've found that having a designated spot for everything makes a huge difference. But it's not that simple. Research from the University of Michigan shows that our brains are wired to respond to visual cues, so labeling and categorizing are key. The concept of home is closely tied to our sense of identity. A study by the University of Texas found that people who live in cluttered environments tend to have lower self-esteem. What's more, a clutter-free space can actually boost our mood and energy levels. So, how do we create a system that sticks? It starts with understanding our habits and routines. A survey by the National Association of Professional Organizers found that 80% of clutter is due to disorganization, not lack of space. One approach is to use the one-touch rule, handling each item only once. This can save time and reduce stress in the long run. For example, when sorting mail, try to deal with each piece immediately, rather than letting it pile up. But what about sentimental items? We often struggle to part with things that hold emotional value. A study by the University of Illinois found that people who practice mindfulness are more likely to let go of sentimental clutter. Another strategy is to use zones to categorize and contain clutter. This can be especially helpful in high-traffic areas like entryways. For instance, designating a spot for keys and wallets can save time and reduce stress. It's also important to consider the 80-20 rule. 80% of the time, we only use 20% of our belongings. This can help us prioritize what's truly essential. For example, in our closets, we often wear the same few outfits repeatedly. In addition to these strategies, it's essential to establish routines and maintenance habits. This can be as simple as setting aside 10 minutes each day to tidy up. What changes everything is this: making it a habit. For those who struggle with decision fatigue, using a maybe box can be helpful. This allows us to delay decisions about items we're unsure about and review them later. For instance, when decluttering clothes, we can put items we're unsure about in a box and set a deadline to review them. What's more, involving the whole family in the organization process can be beneficial. According to a study by the University of Wisconsin, children who participate in household chores develop important life skills and a sense of responsibility. It's also important to consider the impact of technology on our organization systems. For example, using apps to track expenses or manage paperwork can save time and reduce clutter. But it's not just about the tools we use, it's also about creating a culture of organization. This can involve setting clear expectations and communicating with family members or roommates. One common myth is that organization has to be perfect. But the truth is, it's about progress, not perfection. According to a study by the University of Chicago, people who focus on progress rather than perfection tend to be more motivated and successful. Another myth is that organization is only for type A personalities. But the truth is, anyone can benefit from creating systems that work for them. For example, a person with a busy schedule can use a planner to stay organized. In reality, organization is not a one-size-fits-all solution. What works for one person may not work for another. According to a study by the University of California, Berkeley, people who tailor their organization systems to their individual needs tend to be more successful. What changes everything is this: finding a system that aligns with our values and goals. For instance, a person who values sustainability may prioritize eco-friendly organization solutions. It's also important to consider the role of self-care in maintaining our organization systems. According to a study by the University of Pennsylvania, people who prioritize self-care tend to be more resilient and better equipped to handle stress. In addition to self-care, community support can play a significant role in maintaining our organization systems. For example, joining a decluttering group or finding an accountability partner can provide motivation and encouragement. But what about maintenance? How do we keep our spaces organized over time? According to a study by the University of Michigan, people who establish routines and habits tend to be more successful in maintaining their organization systems. It's also essential to review and adjust our systems regularly. This can help us stay on track and make sure our systems are still working for us. For instance, scheduling regular decluttering sessions can help maintain a tidy space. In conclusion, creating a home organization system that sticks requires a combination of strategies, habits, and mindset shifts. By understanding our habits and routines, using zones and categories, and establishing routines, we can create a system that works for us. So, what's the next step? Start by identifying one area of your home that you'd like to organize, and begin by clearing out any clutter. Then, establish a system that works for you, and make it a habit to maintain it. If this changed how you see things, what I'm posting next week will go even deeper. Subscribe now to Espacio Intelligent for more home hacks, smart organization, and cleaning science. Don't miss out on our upcoming videos. Hit that subscribe button and the notification bell to stay up to date.